Hey, it's me. And I am planning to do some post about Hallmark Christmas movies because I'm obsessed. I know it's only the 14th of November, but I've actually. So, what happened was I would have been one of those people who would think you wouldn't start listening to Christmas music or watching Christmas movies until after Thanksgiving. Like, that's legit. But then Hallmark started with playing their Christmas movies like at the end of October, which I mean that's ridiculous. But they sucked me into this and starting like November 1st, like I've been watching Christmas movies. So here's my rationale for this. It's that life is short and I can do what I want. Like if Christmas movies are going to make me happy, even if it's like the middle of November, then I don't think that there's a problem with that. And I think if anybody else feels the same way, then obviously I agree with them. So I'm currently watching is a strong word. It's called Reunited at Christmas. And this has thrown me for a loop because the movie starts with this character played by Nikki DeLoach. I just finished a Nikki DeLoach movie called Christmas Land, which I'm going to go ahead and recommend. I'm going to give it like 3.5, 3.5 stars, 3.7, maybe, maybe even a 3.8. Not quite a 4. Definitely not a 5. But I will give Christmas Land that rating because I do like Nikki DeLoach. There is a cameo by Maureen McCormick, aka Marsha Brady, and I like the male lead. And I know he's been in something that I've watched before. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember his name, but that one was cute. There's part of it that's like so stupid, like so stupid that like so it involves like a part where there's a contract that this character who would be way more like savvy or adulty or together than I am didn't read the contract. And even I would fucking read like a contract, even though like I don't like things like that with a lot of adulty words and stuff. Or I would like get an adultier adult like my brother to like read it. And so that part was completely ridiculous. And you have to majorly suspend your disbelief to even get down with that plot point. But I'd still recommend it. It was great. Not great. It was good. Anyway, so this movie that I'm watching, Reunited at Christmas, and this is how I pick movies. So like I literally will just go see what is on Hallmark right now, like on my Sling. Or like Sling will recommend things for me because it knows I watch Christmas movies all the time. And then I'll just pick and I'll just like start watching. Because on Sling, if a movie's on, you can just start it from the beginning. So whatever, this is how I do it. And I generally don't watch these all in one sitting. Like Christmas Land took me like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times to finish it. Watch it in little blips, which I kind of recommend because I mean they're a lot. They're kind like I need to say this. Like I truly believe that Hallmark movies are a little bit terrible just because they are formulaic and kind of ridiculous, but at the same time I'm going to keep watching them. So, anyway, so the way this movie threw me for a loop was that it starts with like we meet Nikki DeLoach and then we meet her boyfriend and he's wonderful. Like he's fabulous. He's fantastic. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because usually in Hallmark movies, when you meet the main character and they have a boyfriend, it's usually going to be somebody who's going to be terrible. Like, not necessarily like straight up mustache twirling villain like in Christmas Land, her boyfriend turns out to basically be that. But there'll be something about him, something douchey or whatever, because then they're going to go and do whatever they're going to go do, and then they're going to wind up with the person they're supposed to wind up with. Like, that's usually what happens. So, like, this just threw me from the start. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie going to be about if she's not going to, like, what's the conflict going to be if her boyfriend's already great? So, I'll tell you, spoiler alert, what the conflict is. Like, the conflict is that her grandmother, who died, which her grandmother had also died in Christmas Land. So this is a Nikki DeLoach thing right now, at least in these two movies. But the grandmother wants their family to spend Christmas together, so she set this thing up before she died that they got these invitations to go to her house, which is all is like still there because I guess they haven't sold it or whatever. And her mom, Nikki DeLoach's mom and dad are divorced, and but they're still going to be able to spend Christmas together because this is what Nana wanted. And so Nikki DeLoach's sister and her husband come, and Nikki DeLoach and her perfect boyfriend come, and the mom and dad come. So they're having Christmas. And so the conflict is that mom and dad are divorced, but pretty sure they're going to wind up getting back together because dad was a cop and he was always busy, and mom was trying to make partner in her firm, but whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. And then the conflict for Nikki DeLoach is apparently that her perfect fucking boyfriend that she's been dating for a year proposed to her, and the family came out and congratulated them. So she was just like, yes, yes. But of course now she's like, oh, I don't know, whatever. Like, this is the conflict, that you have this perfect, very handsome, very nice, very wonderful boyfriend who you're obviously totally in love with, but you don't know if you want to get married. So this is apparently the conflict. So I'm not giving away too much because you're going to find this out within, like, let's see where we are. Yes, and I've just left the movie rolling. Like, we're only 36 minutes in, and I already know all of this. So I'm having a hard time. Like, this is going to be one where I'm really not going to pay much attention because, like, y'all know I love white people. Because, like, I used to be 57% white, and then they just updated my DNA, so now I'm 58% white. So, you know, my mom was white. I be loving me some white people. So don't get me wrong. But this movie is just full of white people. It is like, like they're just super white people. And again, nothing wrong with that. But like sometimes in Hallmark in general, full of white people. But oftentimes in Hallmark, they throw in, like, there's this one guy, I forget his name. I think his name's been Kenny in a lot of movies, and he's Asian. They throw him in, and they'll have black people in the town, or black person's a mayor, or some shit like that. And then Lifetime, here's the thing, what I've seen on Lifetime. Lifetime be having, like, way more, like, non-white people. I have to give them that. Their movies so far, like, aren't as entertaining as Hallmark movies. Like, I watched one that was just like, oh my God, it's terrible. And my DVR cut it off, so I didn't even get to see how it ended. I'm like, I've suffered through this and I don't see. Obviously, I know they're going to get together, but like the two leads, like it was a white guy and it was a black lady, and they were terrible. Like the acting was terrible, the writing was terrible. They had zero chemistry. I'm like, what am I watching? This is fucking awful. But I do give it up to Lifetime for trying to have some fucking diversity because Hallmark seriously fucking lacks this. But anyway, this movie in particular, these people are like, it's very like, I'm going to stop talking so because I sound like a fucking racist, but the lack of diversity in this movie is also making it, the lack of diversity in the fact that the conflict for the main character is kind of like a bullshit conflict, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. So stay tuned. Well, or not, because you've already listened to me talk for like 9 fucking minutes and you're like, Jen, I'm completely over it. But I do plan on, I've taken a bunch of notes about some other movies that I've watched, and I'm going to literally try to watch more Christmas movies this year than I've ever watched before. And then I'll try to tell you, like, if I think you should watch it or not. So, Christmas Land, I would say watch. And then Reunited at Christmas, I can't tell you if you should watch it. Because I don't know. Like, I'm just going to have it on this morning. Maybe I'm going to do my nails. Maybe I'm going to put some laundry away or do something. The jury's out. So this is a completely unhelpful vlog. But there you go. I mean, I'm pretty useless in general. So anyway, that's it. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm back. I just need to quick update about the last thing that I posted. Um, I feel like the fact that I said that her conflict was bullshit was a little harsh because as a person who got divorced like 10 years ago, like let's say that and I don't think this is ever going to happen, but let's say that I met somebody that I was dating and fell in love with and wanted to hang out with, like, a lot of the time. Like, if all of a sudden they were like, do you want to get married? I'd be like, fuck no. But like, I'm also 49. I've been married before. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense that I would have that reaction. Whereas she's supposed to be like in her 30s and probably never married before, like no kids and stuff like that. So I still think it's kind of bullshit. But at the same time, I get like if you're used to having your life a certain way and you're used to having your space and stuff, like I completely respect that. So I feel kind of like a bitch for saying that the conflict seems like bullshit, but whatever. I still have it on and we'll see. But I was feeling bad. Nobody cares about this, but I just wanted to say that. That's it. Okay. Okay. Last update. I'm going to combine it on the video. I finished Christmas Reunited, and I guess I would. I'm going to go ahead and give it 3 stars because it wasn't all that exciting, but it did have some nice thematic elements like about family and traditions and moving on after we lose people that we love, who die. And like, I'm so hormonal today that I almost cried, but I didn't. And so yeah, 3 stars. I mean, I like Nikki DeLoach. I like the guy. Like, I would marry him. I don't want to get married, but I would marry that guy. Yeah, I mean, if you got nothing else to do, nothing else going on, 3 stars for Christmas read.